interview practice for F1 student visa. So the first question is, what is the purpose of your visit to the US?
I intend to gain an international experience by studying in US in bachelor's in science with a major of biochemistry.
Right. So we repeat this answer. Just hear this answer carefully. When the visa officer questions you, what is the purpose of your visit to the US? You say that I intend to gain an international qualification from the US. Therefore,
Hmm.
I intend to pursue Bachelor of Science majoring in biochemistry.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Um, which university have you applied to study at?
Which are the universities?
No, where are you going to study?
Okay. I'm going to study at the University of Massachusetts in Boston.
Okay. So when you are not able to understand a question, you should always paraphrase by
Hmm.
asking, can you please repeat the question?
Okay.
Okay. So when the visa officer says, okay, which university are you going to study at? You, as you rightly said, that I am going to study Bachelor of Science, majoring in biochemistry at the University of Massachusetts in Boston.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Which all universities have you applied to other than the University of Massachusetts in Boston?
I've applied to a couple of universities, and some of them are University of Michigan. I've applied to Bentley University and also to the Connecticut College, and also I've applied to the Boston University as well.
Okay. So did you get through all these universities?
Yes.
Okay. Why choose University of Massachusetts?
Uh, okay. I believe my university would provide me a great experience, and also it has many labs which I intend to work in, which also gives me a great portfolio as well.
Okay. So, see, when they specifically ask you why have you chosen
Hmm.
this university, you can always tell them the good part about the university. You can start with saying that there are various reasons for choosing this university. Number one
Hmm.
reason is that this university is recognized. So the qualification done from the university is recognized all over the world, not just in
Hmm.
the US. Second point is I have researched on the website of the university that the faculty and the facilities in the universities in terms of labs are excellent. So, which will give me a good practice session in the labs. Thirdly, the third and the main reason for selecting this university is that the tuition fees and the living expenses at the university is also very, very cost effective as compared to other universities which I have researched. Therefore, these are the three major reasons for selecting this university. Always try to answer in points because that gives a very clear idea of your understanding and your research about the university. Okay.
Okay. Can I also tell them about the specific faculty member that I would like to work under,
Yes,
if
you
you
can
can?
add that as a fourth point that I specifically researched on the university website and I have come across the faculty member with the name XYZ, whatever the name is, you can say that, and then you can say that I specifically I am interested in working with this faculty. Therefore, this is one of the primary reason for selecting this university.
Okay.
Okay. Next question: who is funding your education?
My father is funding my education, and for that reason, he has also taken up a loan from the Indian bank for amounting the sum to 2 crores rupees, which will cover all my tuition costs and housing and also the other miscellaneous.
Perfect answer. So the way you answer this question is that if they ask you, if the visa officer questions you, who is funding your education, you clearly say that my parent or my father is funding my education, and he has taken an education loan of 2 crore rupees, which is from the Indian bank. The bank name is Indian Bank, and this 2 crore rupees clearly covers my entire courses, durations, tuition fee, and the living expenses.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Tell me, have you traveled to any other country before?
Yes, I've traveled to two countries before in the year 2019, in the month of March, to Singapore and Malaysia for
Okay.
15 days.
Perfect. So again, as if the visa officer questions you, if you have a previous travel history, then do mention that you have traveled to XYZ country. In your case, you can say that you have traveled to Malaysia and Singapore. Also, do mention the month of the travel, the year of travel, and the number of days you have been there in that country.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Um, how is this course going to help you in your future career aspirations?
This course is going to help me in my future career aspirations, as in, it would help me expand my father's business. He's a pharmacist and also a businessman, also realtor, and also it gives me a few insights about the medical industry and pharmaceutical industries.
Good answer. Also, in this, you can also add that the course that I intend to study is a bachelor's program, which is an advanced
Mhm.
level to the course that I have done in India, which is 12th grade. You can say that in 12th grade, I have studied subjects like biology and chemistry, and which is directly related to the intended course that I'm going to study in the US at the University of Massachusetts in Boston. And I'm going to an advancement. So it is going to add value to my overall educational portfolio. You try and use this line that it will add value
Mhm.
to my overall educational portfolio.
Okay.
Okay, so generally these are the 4 5 questions that is usually these are the main questions, and I would say that these are the recent questions that they have been asking recently to our students who have prepared through us and who have gone through their application for admissions and visas for us. And these are very important questions. Normally, the US F1 interview, the student visa interview, goes for around 2 to 3 minutes of time, and in this 2 to 3 minutes of time, try to give maximum information in one line in your answer so that the visa officer has clear information about your uh, profile and about your education and about your intent. One last question that I'll ask is, what is your father's occupation?
Hmm. So he's a businessman. He has a chemist shop, and also he is into the real estate. And he has a couple other businesses as well.
Right. So instead of using a word called businessman, the better and smart word to use is my father is an entrepreneur and he has multiple businesses. One of them is a chemist
Yes.
shop, and he's also into real estate sales and property sales and purchase. You can say that. Use the word entrepreneur. Try to improvise on your vocabulary when you're talking to the visa officer. It gives a very, very positive impact.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the visa officer then closes the interview saying, "Thank you very much for your time. That's all the information are required." If the visa officer is giving you a visa, he will say, "Okay, please hand over your passport to me." In case if it's
Mm.
an unfortunate outcome where the visa officer is not happy with your answers, he might say, "I'm sorry, you may not be able to come to the US this time," and he will not collect your passport. So, this is how the US visa interview for the F1 student visa application goes by. 4 or 5 main questions, but then these questions are not only limited, they might ask anything out of the box. They might ask you where you're from, and where is your university. If it's in Boston City, tell me about Boston City, and what do you like about Boston City. So basically the visa officer tries to see how much research have you done. He may also ask you where would you stay during your education. You can always say
Mm.
that you will be booking and you will be getting an information from the university about the dormitory. Again, use the vocabulary. Don't say university hostel. Use that word saying university
On
dorm,
campus housing.
or you can say
On
on
campus
campus
housing.
housing. Yeah, so I will be
Yeah.
taking a on-campus housing, and I am waiting for my visa outcome. Once it is done, I will inform my university. Then they said that they will book my on-campus housing facility. So, many questions can arise, but the questions that I have discussed here are the primary questions that they normally ask, and they have been asking in the very recent interviews of our student for going for May intake. So you'll have to be careful, and you have to be prompt, and make sure you don't fumble a lot, and give answers in one line, and try to give as much information as possible in that one line, because you only get a limited amount of time to answer your question, because they would be interviewing a lot of people, so there would be a huge queue. So they are only going to give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes time. Okay, I hope this helps, and we will keep practicing more for your information. Okay.